Halo, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, welcome back to meeting 3 of discourse analysis short course. And as usual, I have model answer for meeting 2, so you can compare your previous work, of course in task 2 ya, with these models. At least I set the minimum, yes, the bare minimum of answer is just like this model answer, so you can compare whether you and then evaluate yourself whether you did the task too well or not, yeah. Okay, so let's get going. On the previous meetings we learned that analysis needs evidence, right? And that linguistic features must be explained, not only identified. Okay, today we move deeper into discourse analysis by focusing on word choice, right? In discourse analysis, words are never random. Keep in mind, words are never random. So every word is a choice, and every choice creates meaning. This type of answer, the writer uses words. This type of answer is too vague. Of course, writers use words. That observation tells us nothing. In discourse analysis, your task is to explain why a particular word was chosen instead of another possible word. So, two words may describe the same situation, but they can create very different impression. This means that word choice is never neutral. Lexical choices reflects perspective and shape how reader understand the topic. So let's take a look at these two words. Cheap versus affordable. Both relate to low price, but the connotations are different. Cheap may suggest poor quality, while affordable sounds more positive and accessible. The factual meaning may be similar, but the impression changes. So, connotation refers to the emotional association connected to a word. This is different from dictionary meaning. In discourse analysis, we study how connotations influence interpretation and representation. Okay, now let's analyze an example. Here is the example. The protesters flooded the streets. Notice the word flooded. Please focus on the word flooded. People don't literally become floods, right? So we must ask, what image does this word create? The word suggests uncontrollable movement, access, and disruption. To analyze lexical choices systematically, we will use a simple pattern. First, identify the word, then explain its connotation, and finally explain the effect created by the word choice. So feature, connotation, effect. Okay? Step 1. This one. There are 3 steps. The first step is identifying the important lexical choice. So you have to identify first which one is the important lexical choice. In this example, the important word is flooded. This is the feature we want to analyze. And then continue, go on to the step 2. Next, explain the connotation connected to the word flooded. Suggest something excessive. So the word flooded suggests something excessive. difficult to control, and potentially chaotic. These associations influence how readers imagine the protesters, right? And then the final step, explain the effect of the lexical choice. The protesters are represented as disruptive and disorderly rather than peaceful or organized. This is how language shapes perception. So now the analysis becomes more difficult because the word sounds positive. Yeah, take a look at the government introduced a protection policy. The word protection seems beneficial, but discourse analysts must ask deeper questions. Protection from whom and from what? This helps us uncover hidden perspective in language. At the same time, we must avoid overinterpretation. Good analysis stays connected to actual language in the text. Weak analysis invents meanings that cannot be supported by evidence. So please be careful in interpretation, okay? Okay. So now notice the difference between these two interpretations. The weak example makes assumption about the writer's personal feelings. It is the writer hates protesters. So it is weak assumption, right? While the stronger example focuses on the language itself and explains how representation is constructed through word choice. So let's read. The word flooded frames protesters as disrupted, gitu ya, disruptive. Okay. Next one. Nah, this leads to another important principle in discourse analysis. So up to this point, you have 3 important course rule, yeah, in discourse analysis. And then the third is your interpretation must always remain connected to the actual words in the text. Interpretation without evidence becomes speculations. So if you forgotten the other 2 rules, yeah, you may play back the other previous videos, yeah. Okay, next on we are going to the worksheet. As usual, you have to get the barcode scanned and then you are going to be directed to your worksheet. In the worksheet you will practice analyzing lexical choices, yeah. The first, of course, by 3 steps, yeah. First, identify important words and then explain their connotations, and finally explain the perspective or image created through that lexical choices. Okay, so from now on, don't stop at asking what a word means. Instead, ask what kind of image, feeling, or perspective the word creates. Because in discourse analysis, words shapes perception. Okay, yeah, everyone, thank you for watching until this minute. I hope that you can post everywhere when you need more explanation or you need more listening. Just feel free to post the videos, and then I hope that you do your task 3 directly after watching the video, right? Okay, see you again next meeting. Bye bye.